Good evening. You're watching the news live from the news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. A two-day symposium on innovation policy commences in Muscat with attendance of participants from the GCC and UK. The Ministry of Education, through a symposium, discusses the results of the educational researches in the Sultanate. The Minister of Regional Municipalities and Water Resources signs an agreement to upgrade the old market in the Wilaya of Sur. And the Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth approves the distribution of an announcement to the owners of agricultural plots to correct their possession status within 6 months. Thank you for joining us. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. A two-day symposium on innovation policy organized in collaboration with the Oman Research Council, the British Council, the UK Science and Innovation Networks, and the British government's departments for business, energy and industrial strategy commenced this morning under the patronage of His Highness Sayyid Taimur bin Asad bin Tariq Al Said. Here is a report. The GCC countries, with their commitments to diversify their economies and engaging in science and innovation collaboration to support their long-term goal, a two-day symposium on innovation policy commenced this morning here in Muscat and is being attended by over 70 participants from the GCC and UK. That include policymakers, innovation scientists, innovators, academics, innovation centers, research institutions and companies from these countries. During these 2 days, the participants will focus their discussions on innovation ecosystem, smart technology, business model and regulatory, future societies, innovation for sustainability for social innovation.
The objective of this Innovation Policy Symposium is to bring together some of the brightest minds from the Gulf states and from the UK to collaborate on solving some of the challenges we face in the world today of all sorts. We believe that by bringing people together from different backgrounds and different places, that really brings about innovation and drives innovation forward.
The discussions will focus on collaboration linkages to access the deep pool of information and technology sharing, which will catalyze the benefits to population in the GCC and the UK and will enable a better of quality of life and will open the door for commercial opportunities.
Such a meeting with different people from different sectors and trying to come up with an innovative culture, innovative matrix to be used in application. And in my case, I'm in the health sector. We're using all those kind of innovative ideas to improve the quality of the health and quality of the health services.
The Innovation Policy Symposium is a golden opportunity for government, researchers, business, and society members to come together and talk about innovation and innovation policies to bring the innovation agenda forward for Oman and the region and the world.
It's worth mentioning that Oman has launched its innovation strategy, and its research council's mission is to create innovation ecology that is responsible to local needs and the international trends, foster social harmony and leads to creativity and excellence. A symposium on postgraduate educational research was held in the Governorate of Muscat. It came to shed light on the recommendations and results of the studies and researches conducted by the bodies concerned in the Ministry of Education. It also discussed the ways to benefit from such researches in the development of the educational process. The statistics by the Ministry of Education pointed out that the number of graduates of its employees reached 2,148, among which 100 graduates are PhD holders. The statistics also show that around 3,785 employees are still studying to acquire their master's and PhD degrees. The symposium was accompanied by an exhibition focusing on the march of educational researchers in the Sultanate as well as their role in this field. In order to support and finance development projects in the Sultanate at a cost of $500,000 Omani Riyals, the Ministry of Regional Municipalities and Water Resources signed an agreement with Oman Indian Fertilizer Company to finance the project of upgrading and enhancing the old market in the Wilaya of Sur in the Governorate of South Sharqiya. The agreement aims at activating the commercial and touristic movement in the Governorate through finding project inspired from the Omani heritage. The agreement was signed on behalf of the Ministry by His Excellency Ahmed bin Abdullah Shahi, Minister of Regional Municipalities and Water Resources, whilst from the company side it was by Chief Executive Officer. The work on the project will start in May 2017 and it will take around 20 months to finish the upgrading of the market that dates back to 100 years ago. The financing agreement is considered as a part of corporate social responsibility of Omani Indian Fertilizer Company to support development and service project. The Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth approved the distribution of an announcement to the owners of agricultural plots to correct their possession status for any violation conditions within 6 months. This came in the meeting of the committee which formed especially to deal with this matter and was headed by His Excellency Dr. Fuad bin Jafar al-Sajwani, Minister of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth. The main committee and the inspection teams were formed during the meeting in order to monitor the proper usage agricultural lands. Discussing aspects of joint cooperation related to parliamentary spheres topped the discussions of the meeting of His Excellency Dr. Yahya bin Mahfoud al-Mandhari, Chairman of the State Council, with delegation of the Committee on Defense of the Chamber of Deputies of the Parliament of Czech Republic. The meeting tackled ways of cooperation between the two countries on the fields of economic, education and technical training. His Excellency, the Chairman of the State Council, emphasized on the importance of mutual visits in strengthening bilateral trade relations. Discussing parliamentary and commercial relations between the Sultanate and Czech republics were the center of discussions of the meeting of His Excellency Sheikh Rashid bin Ahmed al-Shamsi, Vice Chairman of Shura Council, with His Excellency David Kadner, Chairman of the Defense and Security Committee of Chamber of Deputies of the Parliament of Czech Republic, and his accompanying delegation. The meeting highlighted ways of strengthening cooperation between the two countries in various fields. His Excellency, the Vice Chairman of Shura Council, gave a briefing on the Shura Council, its development stage and its legislative and supervisory powers. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and still to come in our news bulletin. The Sultanate celebrates GCC Nursing Day 2017, which is observed on the 13th of March annually. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. More than 46,000 male and female 10th grade students in schools around the Sultanate continue to choose the subject that they want to study in the 11th and 12th grade. The process is done through the educational portal website, and it will continue until the end of March. This period is considered significant for the students as it will affect their future. The Minister of Education, on its part, provided the schools with the career guidance specialist to help the students choose the programs and specialization that match with their capabilities and knowledge, as well as the requirements of the labor market. Through good guidance and advice from their parents, as well as support from the career guidance specialist, they will be able to make the perfect choice and build their future. The interior design exhibition for decor and furniture was launched in the Oman Convention and Exhibition Center. The exhibition witnessed a participation from more than 375 local and international companies. It came to display the latest designs in this field, in addition to contribute in exchanging expertise among international institutions. The various sections of the exhibition focused on accessories, designs of house furniture, lighting, luxury style of life. It also included sections for Turkish modern artistic designs, as well as furniture from India, China and other countries. The Sultanate celebrates, along with the Gulf Cooperation Council countries, the GCC Nurses Day 2017, which is observed on the 13th of March annually. The ceremony to mark this day was held under the auspices of Her Highnesses Sayyida Alia bint Thuwain Al Saeed at the Crown Plaza Hotel. More details in the following report. Major day to upload the accomplishments of nurses were held today to mark the GCC Nursing Day amid the presence of a huge number of nurses coming from all over the Sultanate in the presence of their excellencies, the Minister of Health and the secretaries and members of the Shura Council. This special day for the GCC Nursing is celebrated on the 13th of March every year. At the beginning of the ceremony, Dr. Majid bin Rashid Al Miqbali, Director General of Nursing Affairs at the Ministry of Health, delivered a speech in which he said,
GCC Nursing Day is an opportunity for all healthcare systems in GCC countries to celebrate the nurses' achievements and also stand on the challenges we face in health systems at all levels, either at primary healthcare or secondary or tertiary. And it's also an opportunity for us to review the challenges and create new plans in order to achieve the visions that we have put in the Ministry of Health. Most importantly is the Health Vision 2050, which of course would put us in a very glorious level compared to other countries in the world.
Nursing profession has evolved to reach the highest degrees of humanitarian sciences and academic ranks, considering the significance of its preventive, therapeutic and rehabilitative services. Dr. Al-Miqbali affirmed that what distinct nursing from the rest of science is the humanitarian aspects that carries. Nurses are prepared to care for the patients, to comfort them, console them and listen to them, communicate with them and take their hands towards hope and love of life. Sharifa Zidgali presented a lecture on the future challenges of nursing in Oman. Coinciding with this celebration, a group of student nurses from Nebraska, USA, who are here with the exchange program with Sultan Qaboos University, were present, and one of the students had this to say.
We're here today at the GCC Nursing Convention, which we were very happy to be invited to. And what we're doing today is we're just becoming more educated about nursing in Oman. And as future nurses, we really enjoy that because that's what we're going to be doing back home. And the global experience that we're having here is really going to influence our opinions about nursing in Oman and globally.
At the event, a discussion session was held with two of the retired Omani nurses, whom they presented their experience in this profession since the onset of Renaissance and further addressed the challenges and difficulties encountered at that time until the development of the profession. At the end of the ceremony, the patron of the occasion and the attendees toured the accompanying exhibition. Activities of the 33rd Gulf Traffic Week continued in different governorates of the Sultanate under the theme Your Life is Important. Plays and poems on the importance of traffic awareness, as well as lecture on statistics of traffic issues in the Sultanate, were presented in the governorate of Sharqiya. The event also contained the exhibition presented some of traffic accident victims, in addition to spreading driving instructions to reduce the accidents. Royal Oman Police in the Governorate of Al-Dhahira also organized activities of the 33rd Gulf Traffic Week under the theme Your Life is Important. The activities came in cooperation between the Royal Oman Police and a number of government and private establishments. The exhibition contains a number of photographs on Traffic Week, in addition to an awareness presentation and guidance booklets. Within the aim of spreading traffic awareness, the Governorate of Musandam also celebrated the activities of the 33rd GCC Traffic Week. The activities, which was organized by the Royal Oman Police in the Governorate of Musandam, seek to spread awareness for drivers with necessity of commitment with traffic laws and rules. And now for the general weather focused around the Sultanate. Clear skies will prevail over the Sultanate with chances of cloud accumulation over the northern governorate and scattered rainfall over the governorate of Musandam. Winds will be northwesterly light to moderate. Seas will be slight with maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. A two-day symposium on innovation policy commences in Muscat with attendance of participants from the GCC and UK. The Ministry of Education, through a symposium, discusses the results of the educational researches in the Sultanate. The Ministry of Regional Municipalities and Water Resources signs an agreement to upgrade the old market in the Wilaya of Sur. And the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth approves the distribution of announcements to the owners of agricultural plots to correct their possession status within 6 months. With that, we come to an end of tonight's news, brought to you live from this news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. From the entire news team and myself, we do thank you for joining us. Wish you a pleasant evening and good night.